Did you know that Africa has the world's fastest growing markets right now? In this video, we're going to look at the hottest investment opportunities in Africa right now. Africa has been rapidly rising as a booming market for investors, and it's important to stay up to date with the latest trends and opportunities. Whether you are new to investing or you are a seasoned pro, there's something for everyone. Hey there, motherland investors, let's explore Africa's hottest opportunities and the sectors that are expected to explode in the coming years. From agriculture to technology, you are spoiled for choice if you are considering investment in the continent. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss any of our future videos. And if you find this content valuable, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends who are also interested in investing in Africa. Africa is quickly becoming one of the most attractive destinations for smart investors. The Chinese, the Europeans, the Indians, and even the Arabs are all over Africa. With more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the continent offers a vast potential for lucrative investments. While Western economies have been trending down these past years, many African economies, on the other hand, have been trending upwards. And any investor worth his salt knows this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get into the market before it explodes. And here are some of the investments you should consider. Number 1. Fintech Explosion. Africa's financial landscape is currently evolving at an extremely fast pace. Mobile banking and digital payment platforms are becoming omnipresent all across Africa, with success stories like M-Pesa, MTN Momo, and Flutterwave revolutionizing the way people access financial services on the continent. This explosion is creating one of the greatest opportunities of our lifetime. So how do you get into African fintech? Well, you can start by investing in fintech startups, in tech hubs in places like Nairobi, Cape Town, and Lagos. New ones are popping up every single day. You could alternatively invest in telecommunications giants like MTN or Safari.com, with shares listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Remember that by investing in African fintech, you will be positioning yourself to be at the forefront of an upcoming economic revolution. The next huge opportunity in Africa is in baby products. Baby food, for example, is a hot commodity in Africa right now. With a spike in birth rate, a growing middle class, and an increasing demand for goods and services, consumption is projected to reach trillions of dollars by 2030. In fact, in 2000, Africa's population was only 810 million, and now in 2023, it's 1.4 billion. Just imagine the number of babies being born every day. And how you can capitalize on this is to meet up with the demands of this extremely lucrative market. According to the United Nations, Sub-Saharan Africa's population is expected to double to over 2 billion people by 2050. Africa is growing 3 times faster than the rest of the world, and by 2070, it will become the most populated continent, surpassing even Asia. Now is the time to get in on this market. Third booming sector is agriculture and agribusiness. Agriculture is a sector with immense potential in Africa. With more than 60% of the world's arable land located on the continent, investing in agriculture can yield significant returns. For most African nations, agriculture accounts for 30% of all exports on the lower end and 60% on the higher end. However, just roughly 6% of Africa's total geographical area is considered to be in use. With a growing population and increasing demand for food, Africa's agricultural sector presents a massive opportunity for investors. Innovative farming techniques such as vertical farming and precision agriculture are transforming this industry. Africa has vast agricultural resources waiting to be harnessed. With a growing population and increasing demands for food and other products, the continent presents excellent opportunities across an entire agricultural value chain. From farming and livestock to food processing and exports, agriculture and agribusiness ventures provide immense potential in Africa. 4. Mining of natural resources. From gold to platinum, iron ore, diamonds, and rare minerals like uranium, coltan, or cobalt, you are spoiled for choice when it comes to mining natural resources in Africa. And contrary to what many people think, getting into this niche does not mean going into the trenches and mining the said minerals yourself. There are lots of ways to invest or start a business in the African mining sector, without having any expertise whatsoever in mining. A good example is starting a business as a mining equipment distributor. This entails finding what is popularly used by mining companies on the continent, contacting manufacturers and suppliers of these equipments, and becoming a broker between these two parties. It's a straightforward business. You could also invest in already existing mining companies. You have the option of going with small mining operations or to buy shares in multinational mining companies like African Rainbow Minerals Limited, the biggest mining company in Africa that operates across several African countries. There are so many ways to go about this business, and each and every one of them is extremely lucrative. 5. Renewable energy revolution. Africa has an abundance of all it takes to be a prime location for renewable energy projects, be it solar, wind, or hydroelectric power. All are gaining traction across the continent. Countries like Morocco, South Africa, and Kenya are leading the way. The need for sustainable and eco-friendly energy solutions in Africa is skyrocketing. The continent's abundance of sunlight and wind makes it an ideal location for renewable energy. Investing in solar energy and hydraulic power plants can yield significant returns while addressing Africa's energy shortages. This also contributes to development and reduces the reliance on fossil fuels. The best way to invest in this sector is to get into something like solar panel manufacturing. Alternatively, you could also set up a company that installs solar panels either to private homes or companies and warehouses. You could also submit bids to government tenders. There's no way you could go wrong with this business. Number 6. Healthcare and wellness. Africa's healthcare sector is witnessing significant advancement, increasing demand in quality medical services, and a rising focus on wellness. Opportunities abound in this market, be it in healthcare infrastructure development, pharmaceutical manufacturing, telemedicine, or even medical tourism. Africa still has diseases like malaria, typhoid, and HIV plaguing many parts of its population. The size of the African pharmaceutical market is expected to reach nearly $50 billion by 2030. Any smart investor or entrepreneur knows that this is a huge opportunity not to be overlooked. Malaria alone, for example, is estimated to cost countries like Nigeria and the Democratic Republic of Congo up to 1.3% of their GDP every year. Entrepreneurs and investors specializing in the healthcare and wellness sector have a chance to make a significant impact while ensuring a profitable business venture. Number 7. Real estate and construction. One of the critical factors for sustainable economic growth in Africa is infrastructural development. Investment in transport, energy, and telecommunication is crucial to unlock any economy. As we speak, there are various infrastructural projects underway on the continent, but that's nearly not enough. As Africa's growing population and urbanization are driving the need for improved infrastructure, such as roads, ports, telecommunications networks, governments and private investors are working together to fund these projects, creating opportunities for investors like you and me. Investing in real estate and construction projects guarantees substantial returns. From residential to commercial properties, as well as hotels and real estate sectors in Africa is booming. Driven by this urban expansion, demand for both affordable and luxury housing is off the roof. Number 8. E-commerce. As internet penetration increases across Africa, more and more consumers are turning to online shopping. Local e-commerce platforms like Jumia and Konga are experiencing rapid growth, and there's still plenty of room for expansion. Online marketplaces, logistics services, and payment platforms are in high demand on the continent. You can easily tap into Africa's expanding consumer base and be part of the booming e-commerce revolution industry. Number 9. Food processing and transformation. Food processing and transformation of food products is a gold mine in Africa right now. As we already mentioned, consumer demand in Africa is at an all-time high. Consumers are in need of everything, especially in urban areas. For example, more than 100 million people live in metropolitan areas in Nigeria alone, not mentioning the rest of Africa. And the bulk of processed foods in Africa at the moment are often imported. The supply does not meet demand in this market, which leaves a huge gap to be filled with little to no competition. A good example of a company thriving in this space is Trade Kings, a Zambian company producing confectionery goods locally. By developing a fully integrated manufacturing facility, investors in the packaged food industry get to build the first line of equipment that processes the raw ingredients. Food products are readily available in Africa. All you need to do is transform them, package them, and add value to them in a creative and sustainable way. This could be anything from coffee beans to cereals, canned food, vegetables, or even bottled water. Number 10. Tourism. Africa's diverse cultural heritage, wildlife, and breathtaking landscapes make it a sought-after travel destination. Investing in the tourism industry can be highly rewarding, especially with the growth in international and domestic tourism. Infrastructure like luxury hotels, ecotourism, and wildlife conservation are highly sought after in Africa right now. In 2018 alone, a record 67 million tourists visited Africa, up to 58 million in 2016, and the African continent is ranked as the second fastest growing region for tourists. According to a recent report by the World Tourism Organization, the number of tourist arrivals in Africa will more than double to 134 million by 2030. African governments are also wooing international entrepreneurs to invest in their country's booming tourism and hospitality sectors. In the Gambia, for example, the government is offering investors free land if developers build hotels in designated areas and gives investors a 10-year tax holiday if they invest above a $250,000 threshold. That's as good as it gets in this market. Africa offers a vast array of investment opportunities across various sectors. However, it's important to approach investing on the continent with caution and do a thorough research. Keep an eye on the latest market trends, seek professional advice, and diversify your portfolio. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Motherland Investors for more insights on investing in Africa. See you in the next one.